This is Becca from Becca Harkins Art, and I am back to do a dip painting today. I have been amazed by this style painting, but I have yet to really produce a dip style painting that I really like. And I was so inspired by Fiona Art. If you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, I'm going to link the video that I first saw that just had me absolutely mesmerized. I think at the time of the recording of this video, it has over 5 million views. So there's a good chance you've seen it. But if you haven't, you definitely have to check out her channel because she does some really amazing artwork. I have finally gone on a spending spree on Etsy and purchased a bunch of 3D printer art pouring supplies. And this right here is a little tool that you can use to pour out these flower patterns that I use to do a dip. One thing that I realized when doing this is it's really, really super duper important to have your canvas absolutely level. So that's why I was measuring there to make sure that I am not going to have my flower slide off one side or the other because that is just the worst. I also did some test paintings. Here is an example of that. And you can see that the paint really spread out. When I originally poured this, it was all in the center and there was negative black space around it. But as the cells continue to grow and form, really over the course of probably 12 hours, it ended up pushing off the edges and it didn't have the beautiful look that I originally loved when I poured it. So I got a 12 by 12 canvas here, and I'm going to try to keep the flower a little bit closer to the center so that it has room to expand without losing the negative space. I'm starting here with my black paint, and I'm going to just pour it on the center there, and then I'm going to pour it around all the outside edges because I think it's really important for this type of painting to have a base for the paint to slide over. Otherwise, I will lose the outside of my flower as it rolls over itself as it spreads out. I am only using 3 colors for this painting. When I do a new type of pour technique, I like to use a minimal amount of colors because it helps me to learn. There's less that can go wrong, and if something does go wrong, I can learn from it better. I also have tried this technique before and have never been pleased with the results. First of all, I don't think I had the right tools. But second of all, I really wasn't sure about the recipe, and I did not love the results that I got when I was using Floetrol. But now that I'm using Olga's recipe and I have more control over what parts are going to sell up and what parts aren't, this has given me the gumption to go at it again. So I am starting with, this is titanium buff. The video is making it look a little bit more yellow than it actually is, but it's like a very soft yellowish off-white color. And then I've got some Amsterdam turquoise. One thing to note is I am using all opaque colors for this. The black, the titanium buff, and the turquoise are all opaque colors. With a black base, I did not want to risk losing the vibrancy of my colors against the background as I was pouring this out. But I will try it with some semi-transparent colors in the future. Okay, so I've got my first petals poured here, and I'm just giving it a second to let most of the paint drip over the edges. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to turn my flower making tool just a little bit so that my next row of petals will be offset to the first row of petals. And then I'm going to pour the paint in the exact same order. The titanium buff is mixed with Olga's Group 1 recipe, so that's going to make my cells. And then the turquoise is mixed with the Group 2 recipe, and the black is also mixed with the Group 2 recipe. So I'm following in the same order: titanium buff, turquoise, followed by oxide black. If you find value in watching these videos, it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. It really does help the algorithm, it helps more people to find me, and it helps me to continue on my journey as an art creator. So if you would subscribe to my channel, and then go ahead and drop a comment and just let me know that you subscribed. I love to hear from you. I love to hear from the people who watch my videos, your comments, and I try to respond to everybody as much as I can. So if you would leave me a comment, let me know that you're subscribed, or if you're already subscribed, you can just say, hey, I already subscribed, and let me know if you found this video enjoyable, relaxing, helpful, exciting. I love to know what your feedback is. I now have 3 layers of petals, and I am going to take my torch and make sure that I pop as many bubbles as I can before I move on to the next step. It looks really cool, even just like this is. But I am going to remove my flower making tool from the center. And as you can see, because I was twisting, it created that swirling pattern in the middle. And I'm going to be using the reverse side of my tweezers to pull from the center out and create some lines using the outermost petals as my ending point, and just pulling from the middle and going through wherever that takes me. I think this is going to create some more interesting composition and move the flower pattern out to the outside a little bit more. And now for the dip. I am using a dry paper towel, and as you can see, it's one of those pre-perforated ones into the smaller sections, and right there it started to buckle up in the middle, and I was like, oh no, did I ruin it? I tried to pull it out, but I knew it just was going to damage the composition of the painting, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to pull it up by the corners and we will see how it turns out. Right here, I wanted to bring you in for a close-up because look, you can already see those gorgeous cells forming. And wait till I pull the entire paper towel up. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Look at that. And then I did increase the speed for you here because I wanted you to see how the cells grow. It's like it's alive, and it's coming to life, and it's forming itself right before your eyes. And I just think that that is so cool. So I am so excited with how this turned out. The paper towel pulled some of the black paint off the edges, so I'm just coming in here and adding some more so that there aren't some unsightly areas where the canvas is showing through. And then I'm going to let this grow and develop over time. I am hoping that it grows some because I've got a lot of negative space in here, and I do think it will grow some. I hope that it doesn't grow all the way to the edges because my intention is to have black space all around this beautiful flower. To me, it kind of looks like peonies opening up with so many different petals and layers, and there's so much depth, like looking into it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I cannot wait to try this with more colors and more layers. I have so many ideas. So make sure that you come back and watch more because I will definitely be doing this again.